Welcome to my little kitchen. And I got a special treat for you today. This is something that actually takes more than 12 hours to actually do and prepare. So I'm going to give you the short version of how to do it. Right here, I have my Elect Homes food dehydrator. Look at it. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. Good for making dried fruits. I love this thing, and I really haven't used it a whole lot, but it is beautiful, and we will see how this works. I have, and let me angle the camera down just a bit. There you go. Get that camera going. Excuse me, I got two cameras here, so I got to straighten this all out. There we go. Perfecto. I have an apple. I have a Bosc pear, one of my favorite pears. Actually, it is my favorite pear. And I have a banana. Now, this is what happens. I'm going to slice this up, put it into my food dehydrator, and I'll show you the result as far as what happens after it's in there for like 12 hours. And let me change this camera one more time. There we go. Perfect. All right, now, just to show you a little bit about this. It has 6 layers to it. And you can see one layer here. Right? 6 trays like this. You can stack the trays on top of each other as it is in the machine. But when you stack them, it has a lower stack. All right? And if your food is bigger, you can stack it up and make it a little higher. Like that. So you have more space in there. Now, I will tell you from experience that stacking food is better when it's stacked and the fruit is sliced thinner. So I'm going to cut some thin slices of food. I would say about a quarter of an inch, something like that. And also, one other thing, I'm using 3 trays. And it's best we have a little parchment paper on it. And I should probably cut this up. Give me a second. Helps when you have scissors. All right, so the reason that this parchment paper is good is because the food will start to stick to the trays, and it makes it a little more difficult to clean. So I'm going to cut this up just a little bit. And tear it up and just put it down right like this. Of course, we want everything to be easy to clean. Because the worst part about cooking or preparing food is cleaning up afterward. No one wants to do it, including me. So there we go with that. Now, let's have a little apple here. Now I'm going to slice this up thin, as I said. You can see these chunks are fairly big size. They don't have to be this big, but you know. Actually, I'm going to make it a little smaller. There we go. So notice what I have here. Just nice, thin slices of apple. Oh, I got 2 more people who want to jump in. Let's get them in here. There we go. Some nice thin pieces here. And this is it's big, but I'm putting it on there anyway because I like big pieces of fruit. And I need just a little more paper. Hold these up. There we go. All right, so let's see what I have here. Just laying it out. That's all it is. Give me one more second. There we go. That's one tray done. Get on there. There we go. Now, I have a little apple left. I'm going to save this and put this on another tray, but I just want to show you how quickly this can be done. Here's my pear. We need another tray. We need some more paper. And the paper is just to make it easier to clean it. There we go. All right, let's get these pears going. I love both pears. These pears, to me, are very gaseous. So when you eat a lot of these babies, be prepared to fart. And that's about it with this, and get a little bit more out. There we go. Waste not, want not. Using all of this baby. Okay, here are our pears. Not too bad, right? Okay, got people coming in. There we go. And lastly, now the apples and the pears don't really stick a lot without the parchment paper, but the bananas do. So if you like bananas, which I love bananas, and you want to dehydrate them, I suggest getting that parchment paper and using it. Okay. All right, more paper. assume there's probably some round parchment paper somewhere in the universe. I don't have it, so I'm just using what I have here in the house. And let's go for it. Now, as you can see, I have my bananas stacked on top of my orange, stacked on top of my pears, on top of my apple. Now, we got to set the timer on this baby. So you put the top on. That's basically it. That's all you have to do. Now we have to hit the start button. Now, when you're dehydrating fruit or anything, it takes a long time to do it. So last night when I made some dehydrated fruit, I put it on at 11 p.m. and I set the timer for 12 hours. So you may do this with this particular fruit for like 12 to 15, 16 hours. So what I suggest doing is just hitting the start button, going to sleep and dealing with it tomorrow. You can't sit and just watch this. There's really nothing to do. So hitting the start button right here, this machine automatically starts. So it's set at 8 hours right now. You probably can't see the setting, but it is set at 8 hours. I would increase that. And now it's set at 14 hours. Now, as far as the temperature is concerned, I'm setting the temperature to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. Supposedly in the raw food community, if you cook food over, I think it's 114 degrees, you start to lose the digestive enzymes in the food. That said, raw food, you know, like when you're down in Texas, it's 114 degrees outside. So, you know, you can cook anything on the roof of a car. But just, you know, regarding for our purposes here, you know, 114 degrees is fine. Now, I guess the temperature does go up with this baby. Yeah, it's going up to 140, 50, you know, but for my purposes, I'll be in the 104, the 110 area, Fahrenheit. You let this go for 12, 14, 15, 16 hours, and what do you get? That's the question. So I'm going to stop this right now. Turn off. There we go. This is what you get. Look at this. I made this yesterday. Now, when you store your dried fruit, you want to store it in a cool, dry place and try to get like an airtight bag, as airtight as you can get. Now, the pear came out looking like this. Now let me turn my camera up a bit. There we go. This is the pear. 1 second. Okay. Look at that. That was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. Here. Oh, there's the apple. Get my little bag. Here's the apple. Good too. And forgive me for talking with my mouth full. Banana. Hopefully you can see that. There you go. And these are good. So these are great treats, right? And I can imagine maybe sprinkling your food with some of this stuff. You know, just throwing it in there after it's cooked, and maybe throwing it in, like I put raisins in a lot of my food. So now, I can do it with my dried fruit, or you can eat this standalone. This is a good treat. It's like candy. If you have kids, this is the perfect thing to give your kids instead of candy. So I think that's the way to go. Now, that's basically it. The only issue is, and it's really not an issue, it takes at least 12 hours to do it. I don't have a problem with that because I put it on, and if you'll notice when I turned it on, it wasn't really that loud, so, you know, I couldn't hear it in the bedroom from the kitchen. So this is a win-win for everybody. You get something sweet, tasty, quick, easy, natural, nothing processed on it. You'll notice in my dried fruit, the coloring of it may not look as great as the coloring that you would get at a supermarket. Excuse me, let me just mute everybody. Yeah, the coloring may not be bright and all that because it has no preservatives on it or food coloring on it. So this is better for you. That's it. Any questions? Anyone?
Yeah. What was the name of the machine that you used?
It's Elec Homes. ELECHOMES.
ELECHOM.
Yes. Elec, ELEC Homes. HOMES. I forget how much it costs, but when I load this onto the courses, I'll put in the number and all that. But I got it on Amazon. And if you type in Elec Homes Dehydrator, it'll pop up immediately. And I think this costs maybe $50 or less, but I really, it may have cost more. I just cannot remember. But this is a must-have for your kitchen. Must-have. Gotta get one. Yeah. So, again. And I got a little bit more than this amount from just one banana, one apple, and one pear. There you have it. Sorry I can't hang out with you for 12 hours and entertain you while this does its thing, but you know, you'll have a good time with it. So now you don't have to get this. You don't have to get this kind. Any kind will probably do. I went inexpensively because, you know, the process of dehydrating fruit is sort of new to me, and I don't like to spend a whole lot of money when I don't know exactly what I want to get and what's going to give me the best performance. They say some of these, the air circulates horizontally, some it comes up, and there is a difference. I wouldn't know that difference. No, I'm not too detailed in that matter. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question. So, is the end product, is it soft or is it crispy? Somewhere in between.
It's in between. It is not. See how it bends? Right there. It's not crispy. It's not like a potato chip. The thinner you slice it, the crispier it will be, or the closer to being crispy it will be. The thicker it is, the more juicy it will be. So it depends on how you like it. I like it thin. But that's a personal preference. But you have to play around with it a couple of times in order to determine how thick you want your slices to be. I suggest 1/4 inch though. Any other questions? All right. Told you that would be quick and easy. How long was that? 20 minutes? Yeah, we did it. We did it. This natural cooking stuff is easy and it's fun. I'm telling you, you will feel better about yourself if you keep doing this over like the next 10, 15, 20 years. You'll be like dynamo. So I have 3 more trays. And when we get off, I'm going to fill my 3 other trays with more fruit. So I'll have like a huge, big bag of this stuff. And I'll just be munching on it because, as you already know, I eat a lot of fruit. And ever since I made the energy balls in this class, and now I have this, I don't buy sweets out of the house. Never do it. I used to buy chocolate cupcakes from Whole Foods all the time. Haven't done that in months because I have my own stuff, which is higher quality and will make you feel better. All right. So, folks, it is now 6:25 p.m. We are starting exercise at 7. All right. And I'm glad we're doing it this way because I have more people on now than I had on Thursday. So this was a good move on all of our parts. you can be here live with me and you'll have it on tape. So, any last questions? All right. 50 on 40 and 50 on 50 student shirt.